everybody. This is Michelle with Creative Operation. Welcome to week number 4 of our 13 Frights Before Halloween 2022. This is hashtag Sandy's 13 Frights Before Halloween 2022, and I'm glad you're here with me today. This is, again, week number 4, and I have a fun card. I'm doing a theme with cards, and so I'm busting my stash. I am doing cards that are brand new, so I've come up with a couple new designs. I'm redoing a couple cards that I've done in the past, and then I'm trying some cards that I haven't done before, and these are not my tutorials, but some of them have been out there for a long time. This one here, I saw the original one that I actually ran across was by Mixed Up Craft on YouTube, and she did it back in 2018. So it's been around for a while, about 4 years, and it's a column card. There's many different variations to this card. I have just wanted to try it for a long time, and decided that now was the time. So going through my stash and grabbing a few pieces of paper, I made this really super cute card. So again, it is a column card, so it stands up just like this. You have this really cool 3D effect, and you can put all kinds of stuff in here. It does fold flat so that you can throw it in an envelope and mail it. It will be a little bit bulky, but as long as you don't go too crazy, otherwise you'll have to make like a box to put it in. But then on the back, you have a nice place here where you could put your sentiment. So let me talk about this card. So this card here, when you fold it flat, it's 6.5 wide by 6 tall. And on this example, the paper that I'm using are by We Are Memory Keepers, and it was called Black Widow, and I have like no idea what the date was. There isn't anything on the packaging. I did use some artisan cardstock in black to create this card. That's from Country Craft Creations. The little ravens here were in my stash. I've had these forever. They're by Jolie's. And then I used copper penny cardstock, which is a beautiful kind of metallic cardstock for underneath the sentiment that says Happy Halloween. And then on the back for where you can put your writing on the card. So I thought the copper color matched the papers perfectly. So, and then I just did this little border strip here on the bottom of it. I just thought that made it pop. And this was part of a paper that I just kind of cut out, and I use that. So you can use like acetate on here. You can do borders down here. There's all kinds of different variations. You could put like a border across the middle. Just depends on the paper that you want to use. For this one with the pumpkins and the kitty cats and everything, I wanted to kind of put the title of it up more at the top, and I just think it turned out really cute. So it doesn't take much to do this card. It's really super easy. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'll show you how to do it. So for our card that we're using today, we are going to use artisan cardstock again, and this is black, and this is by Country Craft Creations. I can't find my phone folder here. So you're going to need a piece that's 12 by 6. Okay, so out of one 12 by 12 piece paper, you could make 2 of these cards really super easily. So we're going to put it with a 12-inch at the top, and we're going to score at 1/4, 1 1/4, 2 1/4, 3 1/4, and then go scooch over here to 8 3/4, 9 3/4, 10 3/4, and 11 3/4. So basically what you're doing is you're creating 2 1/4-inch tabs, and then you're creating 3 1-inch scores. Okay, so the middle of the card itself will be 5.5 by 6. Okay, that's before you add the pillars. When you add the pillars, it does shorten it up a little bit, and it will be 3.5 by 6. Okay, so then once you do the scoring, that's all the scoring that you have to do. We're going to fold and burnish all of our score lines, and just make sure that they're nice and even. Okay, so you should have those 3 1-inch scores, and then a 1/4 of an inch score on each end. Okay, we're going to fold all those. Some of these I kind of already did it. And then thought, well, I better do this on camera too. All right, so we're gonna do that. You don't necessarily have to miter the corners. You're not gonna really see the corners. But what we're gonna do is we're going to put glue on here, and then we need to glue it down. So what you wanna do is fold this down, and then we'll put glue here, right? And then when we glue it, we're gonna glue it, and then it'll pop up. I'll show you in a second. Let's just put a little line of glue here. And we're going to fold it down. So when you fold it down, you'll have 2 of your 1/2 inch folds there. And then when you pop it up, that will give you your square, okay? So then just fold it down, make sure everything's burnished and it glues well. We're going to do the same thing for the other side. So just fold that first one with the 1/4 inch down. Put your glue on that 1/4 inch. And then fold it down. And then just gently, because the glue's still setting, open it up and then burnish down on that 1/4 inch tab and make sure that it's stuck. And then voila, you have your pillar card, okay? So that's the basic construction. So now all you have to do is go ahead and decorate it. So you have, let me grab my pieces here. So we have our base done. So now we just have to decorate it. So here is what we're going to do. So on the back, I cut a piece of pattern paper at 5 1/4 by 5 3/4, and then the white artisan cardstock is 5 by 5 1/2. And then I have these border stickers that came with the collection that I used on the top and the bottom, and this is just going to create the place for you to write your sentiment. And this is going to glue right to the back of your card. Now I did cut this 1/4 inch shorter than the panel on the back, and again the panel is 5 1/2 by 6. On the inside here, because there's so much black, I'm not going to put pattern paper on the 2 sides of the pillars. I'm just going to put them on the top. So I did cut these a little bit different. I cut them at an 1/8 inch smaller than the piece that we're covering. So this pattern paper measures 3 3/8 by 5 7/8, and then these are 5 7/8 by 7/8 wide, and those are going to cover the tops of the pillars. Now let's talk about the papers that I'm using. This came from a collection called October 31st by Fancy Pants, and it was back in 2011. So yeah, I have a lot of old papers. It also included some stickers and some transparencies in the kit, which was fun. I'm going to use these little witch hats here, and I'm going to use that as the piece that goes across the pillars. This was a piece of journaling card that I just fussy cut around and then layered it on another piece of the pattern paper that was left over, and then fussy cut that out. And then I had this little Mambi chip bat, this little glitter bat that I thought was perfect. So this is going to be a nice simple card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this all together, and then I will show you what it looks like. All right, so I have my little column card done, and on this one you can see that I put the little witch banner across the bottom, and it just gives this cute little 3D effect. I think this card is just absolutely adorable. So it looks like this on the front, it looks like this on the back. You can write your sentiment there, and then it folds flat so that you can mail it. So that's pretty cool. So I did have to make a custom envelope for this. And the envelope here, I used my envelope scoreboard. And let me see, I'm looking at my notes here. I know I wrote it down. Okay, so it was a 10 by 10 paper, and when you start your scoring at 4 3/4 for your envelope using your envelope scoreboard. And it makes a perfect envelope to pop this card in. And I'll show you how well that works. And voila, then you can send it. So, you know, one of the reasons why I'm doing cards, and I'm doing cards, and they're very simple cards. I get it. I'm not much of a card maker to begin with. I do like making cards, but I'm not like super awesome at it. But I do like to, you know, send the cards. So I'm working on cards that you can, you know, throw in the mailbox and, you know, send them to your kids, send them to your grandkids, you know, whatever. And just fun, simple, quick ideas to get started and bust your stash. So this is my tutorial for my pillar column card, and I really hope you liked it. Again, this is week 4 of Sandy's 13 Frights Before Halloween. I will see you soon with another card tutorial. Have a very fun, crafty, and spooky day. Bye-bye.